Story time while I flat iron my hair. My husband's at work, so I got bored and I decided to share a story with y'all. This story is about the time I just went ape shit on my boyfriend. Backstory. I was in high school. Well, I had just graduated and he was still in 12th grade. So I thought he was the love of my life. I didn't want to, you know, break up with him even though I know he's still in school. And so it was Saturday morning and we were texting like normal and he was like, "No, babe, I'm about to, you know, I'm about to take a nap." So I'm like, okay, cool. So then 30 minutes passed by. I'm like, okay, time for him to wake up. I text him, no reply. Okay. I call, nobody answers the phone. So then something in my head just says some shit isn't right. So I hop in the car and I ride over his house. So I'm gonna give him an imaginary name. His name is Tony. It's not his real name. It's gonna be his name for the story. I ride to his house and I see a truck in his front yard. And when I see this truck, I've seen this truck before. It's a girl that drives this truck. Her imaginary name is gonna be Jenny. Yeah, Jenny. Okay, so I get out. I go to the front of the truck to look at the license plate because she has a specific license plate on her truck. I look at the truck and it's Jenny. So first thing in my head is I'm finna fuck everybody up. Everybody, grandma, dad, dog, whoever there, everybody getting fucked up. So I go back to the car and I have this this little handbag that I got from my sister, and she used it, you know, if anybody run up on her, bop bop bop, you get in the business. So I got my bag and I go to the door, knock knock knock, knock knock knock, knock knock knock. Nobody's answering the door, but I know somebody's in there. First of all, I hear the TV and this bitch truck is in the yard. So as I'm knocking, I'm just getting madder and madder. Like, oh my gosh, this shit is about to go down. So I go to his window. Banging on the window, banging on the window. Nobody's saying anything. So I go back to the door. And his next door neighbor is a handicapped man. And he's in a little electric wheelchair. So as I'm banging on the door, he's just sitting there in his little wheelchair looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing? So I asked him, is anybody in this house? He's staring like, I'm not finna answer you. So I asked him again, is anybody in this house? He turned his little wheelchair and zoom, he zoomed the fuck off. So I went to beat it, I went to beat it, I went to beat it. I was calling Tony phone, steady beating, steady beating. So then I started yelling, I know you in there, I know you in there, open the door, open the door. And so he was yelling back, you know, through the door. He was like, just go home, just go home. So when he said that, I knew something was going down, and I went from fucking 100 to 500. Nigga, I just went to beating, went to kicking. I was hitting the door, kicking the door, pulling the door, everything. So I went back to the car. I sat in the car for like 3 minutes, tried to calm down. I called my friend, I'm gonna give her a fake name, Tiffany. I called Tiffany and I was like, he in the house with Jenny. She won't open the door, he won't open the door. I'm about the handicapped man not answering me, blah blah blah, just going in. So when I get mad, I go to crying. I was hysterically crying, but I was angry. I was ready to beat her ass, his ass, everybody's ass. So I went back to the door, and this time I just, boom, I just hit it. I hit it real hard. So he tried to crack, you know how boys he tried to crack the door open like this, and he was looking. And then he was like, what do you want? And I was like, nigga, I thought you was asleep. What happened to you taking a nap? So I said, who in the house? He was like, nobody, nobody. So tell me why you truck in your yard, but she's not in your house. Nah, I don't know. Too late. Boom! I just hit the door. Everything flew. I hit his door so hard that he flew. And the door was already kind of loose, so the hinges kind of came off a little. When I hit the door and she seen me, she was sitting on the couch. When she seen me, I blacked out. I don't know what was going on in her head. I believe in her head she knew, oh, I'm about to get this ass whipping. But I just flew. And when I flew with the bat in my hand trying to get her, but he came like fucking Incredible Hulk and scooped me up. And when he scooped me up, I, flew around, my feet were flying. And so I'm trying to catch her, I'm chasing her around the table. He has me, so I start fighting him. As I'm fighting him, she ran out the door. She ran out the door, and all I could hear was skirt. She skidded the fuck off. So me and him, we fighting. We stayed in the house fighting. I mean, I'm breaking his grandma coffee table. We knocking out pictures. We knocking out everything because I ain't got time for this shit. What you not about to do is be fucking disrespectful to me. And that's what he was doing. So, me and him went to fighting. So, then before I left, I let him know, since that's your new damn little girlfriend, I know where the fuck she live at anyway, and I'm going over there right now. So, got in the car, still crying, called my friend Tiffany back. Well, actually, Tiffany was on the phone the whole time. When I was banging on the door, I had the phone, but once I hit the door and I got in, I dropped the phone, but it was still on. So she could hear everything that was going on in the house, and she was dying. When I say dying, this bitch was dying laughing. So then I told her, I was like, I'm finna go to this bitch house, blah blah blah, I'm finna tell her mama where she at, because she was still in high school too. So I know her mama did not know where she was anyway. So when I went to her house, she wasn't there. I don't know what that little damn tribute, that's what she drive, that little tribute went, but she wasn't there. So I had to go to work the next day. This is when I was working at McDonald's. Go to work the next day, and this bitch had the nerve to come through the drive-thru. Oh no. And I worked at the window where you take the orders. So when the car pulled up, I could see her on the screen. I knew it was her. So automatically I had attitude. I'm taking her order, and she comes around to give me my money. When she sees me, her eyes get huge, huge. And the funny thing was, her mom was in the truck with her. So I politely went off, and I told her mom, I don't know if you know, but your little thought ass daughter was at my boyfriend's house Saturday. I busted in on him. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if she was riding it, sucking it. I don't know what she was doing, but she was there. And I'm just letting you know where she was, and letting you know in advance before she get this ass whipping. So she was in the truck. She was like, no mama, that's not what happened, blah blah blah. She's lying. Okay, so I'm lying. Now I'm mad. And she handed me the money, to pay for her stuff, and I threw a change back at her. I didn't want to get fired, so I didn't want to like drag her through the window, but in my mind I wanted to drag her through the window and But I threw the money back at her, and she drove around to the next one though, and she got a food. I thought she was gonna tell my manager at the next one though, but she did. So now every time, well not now because I'm married now, but every time I used to see her, it was like I just want to do it, but then I thought about it. I mean, I really don't want him anymore anyway, so what's the point of me being your ass? It ain't like he is my fucking forever. Oh, also, because I broke their door, his grandma was like very, very upset with me because he made this whole elaborate lie how I just busted in their house for no reason. But then I told on him about how he had all these, had this little hole in her house. So it all just went up in flames and we kind of broke up. But that was then, this is now. I still fuck a bitch up, but I didn't get the chance to fuck her up. So that was my story that I just had in my mind and I wanted to tell y'all about. The moral of the story is, if your boyfriend on a Saturday tell you he taking a nap, he lying. That's the moral of the story. And never ask people in wheelchairs, you know, for help, because he didn't help me out. You know, that's it for now. Peace.